Myths are the heartbeat of civilizations, woven into the fabric of culture and tradition to explain the inexplicable. They are the stories we turn to when seeking to understand creation, purpose, or the forces that shape our lives. While technology and science now dominate much of our understanding of the world, myths remain timeless and universal, transcending generations and geographic borders. They are not just tales of gods and heroes, they are profound reflections of human values, aspirations, fears, and the mysteries of existence. Three of the most intriguing mythological traditions in the world, Greek, Norse, and Egyptian, offer rich narratives full of divine power struggles, heroic journeys, and moral complexities. They take us on vibrant adventures through majestic landscapes, introduce us to fierce gods and goddesses, and reveal the fragility of mortal life in a world ruled by forces far greater than ourselves. Although these cultures are separated by time and geography, their myths share striking parallels, showcasing the universal need to create stories that give life meaning and connect humanity to the cosmos. In this series, Epic Myths Across Cultures, we embark on a journey through the wonders of these three mythologies. We will explore the gods who governed their realms, the heroes who defied fate, and the profound lessons buried within their tales. This introduction sets the stage for an odyssey into myths that bridge the ancient and modern worlds, captivating audiences with their enduring appeal. The power of myths, why they matter. Before delving into the myths themselves, it's crucial to understand why mythologies hold such significance. Unlike modern storytelling, myths are not simply entertainment. They are sacred narratives that serve to educate, unify, and inspire communities. They provide answers to fundamental questions. Where do we come from? What is our purpose? What happens after death? Across Greek, Norse, and Egyptian traditions, myths functioned as moral frameworks, instilling values that helped societies thrive. They reflected the environment and culture of their origins. Greek myths emphasized human potential and reasoning in their depiction of flawed yet relatable gods, while Norse myths emerged from harsh Scandinavian winters, celebrating endurance and the acceptance of fate. Egyptian myths, with their themes of death and the afterlife, introduced elaborate rituals and a belief in cosmic balance. Today, these myths resonate because they capture the essence of what it means to be human. They teach us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, be it the wrath of Zeus, the trials of Thor, or the eternal journey of Ra across the sky, we can find courage, wisdom, and hope. An overview of Greek mythology. Greek mythology, perhaps the most widely known in the Western world, offers a vivid tapestry of gods, heroes, and mortals. Born out of a civilization that prized art, philosophy, and inquiry, Greek myths capture the complexities of human nature and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Central to Greek mythology is Mount Olympus, home of the 12 Olympian gods, led by the thunder-wielding Zeus. The Greeks told tales of the world's creation through the union of primordial deities like Gaia, Earth, and Uranus, sky. Titans ruled the early cosmos, only to be overthrown by the Olympians in a divine struggle for supremacy. Heroes like Hercules, Achilles, and Odysseus walked the fine line between mortal and divine, navigating quests that reflected their inner strengths and flaws. Yet Greek myths weren't just about gods and heroes. They explored universal themes of love, betrayal, fate, and hubris, offering insights into human behavior. Key stories such as the Trojan War, Perseus's battle with Medusa, and the tragic love of Orpheus and Eurydice have endured for millennia, captivating audiences with their emotional depth and timeless relevance. An overview of Norse mythology. Norse mythology emerges from the cold, rugged landscapes of Scandinavia, where harsh winters and endless nights shaped its themes of survival, resilience, and destiny. At its center is Yggdrasil, the world tree, a colossal ash tree connecting the 9 realms of existence, from Asgard, home of the gods, to Midgard, the human world, and Helheim, the realm of the dead. The Norse gods, like the Greek Olympians, were powerful yet flawed beings who often wrestled with their mortality. Odin, the All-Father, was a seeker of wisdom, sacrificing his eye to drink from the well of knowledge. Thor, the thunder god, was both a protector and a warrior, wielding his mighty hammer Mjolnir. Loki, the trickster, epitomized chaos and deceit, often causing as much trouble as he resolved. One of the most distinctive aspects of Norse mythology is Ragnarok, the apocalyptic event in which the gods meet their doom. Unlike other mythologies that envision cyclical or eternal victories for the divine, the Norse worldview accepts an end, a poignant reminder of the inevitability of fate. Myths like the story of Fenrir, the binding of Loki, and the theft of Thor's hammer reveal the mixture of dark humor, courage, and fatalism that define this tradition. An overview of Egyptian mythology. Egyptian mythology is deeply rooted in themes of creation, death, and the afterlife, reflecting the civilization's fascination with cosmic cycles and the quest for immortality. At its heart is the sun god Ra, who journeys across the sky during the day and descends into the underworld at night, battling the serpent of chaos, Apep. This eternal struggle symbolizes the triumph of order over chaos, a recurring theme in Egyptian myths. The pantheon of Egyptian gods includes figures like Osiris, the god of the afterlife and resurrection, Isis, the goddess of magic and motherhood, and Anubis, the jackal-headed guide of souls. The mythology is intertwined with elaborate rituals, such as mummification, which reflect the belief in life beyond death. The construction of monumental structures like the pyramids further embodies this cultural focus on the divine and eternal. Egyptian myths are preserved in texts such as the pyramid texts and the Book of the Dead, which contain spells and narratives designed to help the deceased navigate the afterlife. Stories like the murder and resurrection of Osiris by Isis and Horus's battle with Set offer insights into themes of justice, loyalty, and cosmic balance. Segment 1: Greek Mythology, the Realm of the Olympians. Introduction: The dawn of Greek mythology. Greek mythology, one of the most influential storytelling traditions of all time, emerged in the ancient world as a way to explain the mysteries of existence. From the creation of the universe to the exploits of gods and heroes, these myths form the foundation of Greek culture, weaving together history, religion, and philosophy. Rooted in oral tradition, these stories were passed down through generations before being immortalized in literature, art, and architecture. At the heart of Greek mythology is Mount Olympus, home to the Olympian gods who ruled over the world with extraordinary powers and human flaws. These deities served as the focal point of countless myths, symbolizing the complex relationship between mortals and the divine. In this segment, we'll explore the origins of the Greek pantheon, the lives of the 12 Olympian gods, and the enduring lessons embedded in their myths. The creation of the cosmos. Chaos to cosmos. Greek mythology begins with the void of chaos, a formless and infinite expanse that predates all existence. From chaos emerged the first primordial deities: Gaia, earth; Tartarus, the abyss; Nyx, night; Erebus, darkness; and Eros, love. Gaia, the mother of all life, gave birth to Uranus, sky, and together they formed the foundation of the universe. The union of Gaia and Uranus produced the Titans, powerful beings who ruled the cosmos. However, Uranus suppressed his offspring, fearing their strength. This led to the rebellion of Cronus, the youngest Titan, who overthrew Uranus by severing his power and casting him into oblivion. Cronus took control of the universe, ushering in the age of the Titans, a time of relative stability yet marred by his own paranoia. The cycle of power and betrayal continued when Cronus, terrified by a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him, devoured his offspring one by one. His wife Rhea, desperate to save her youngest child Zeus, tricked Cronus by giving him a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes. Zeus was hidden and raised in secret, growing strong enough to challenge his father. Zeus's rebellion marked the end of the Titan's reign. With the help of his siblings, whom he freed from Cronus's stomach, Zeus waged war against the Titans, culminating in their defeat and imprisonment in Tartarus. This victory established the reign of the Olympian gods and the beginning of a new era, the Olympian pantheon, masters of the universe. The Olympian gods, led by Zeus, ruled from their celestial palace atop Mount Olympus. They were not omnipotent or morally perfect. Rather, they were deeply human in their desires, rivalries, and flaws. This made them relatable to the Greeks, who saw their own struggles and virtues reflected in the divine. Zeus, king of the gods. Zeus, the ruler of Olympus, wielded the thunderbolt as his weapon and governed the skies, weather, and law. Known for his wisdom and authority, Zeus was also infamous for his romantic escapades, which often led to conflicts among gods and mortals alike. Despite his flaws, he served as a symbol of justice and order. Hera, queen of the gods. Hera, the wife of Zeus, was the goddess of marriage and family. Fiercely loyal, yet vengeful, she often punished Zeus's lovers and their children. Hera's myths reflect the complexities of relationships, highlighting themes of jealousy, devotion, and the balance of power within partnerships. Poseidon, god of the sea. Poseidon, the tempestuous god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses, was both a creator and a destroyer. His unpredictable nature mirrored the ocean's duality as a source of life and destruction. Poseidon's trident became an enduring symbol of his immense power. Athena, goddess of wisdom. Athena, born fully armored from Zeus's forehead, embodied wisdom, strategy, and warfare. As the protector of Athens, her myths emphasize the importance of intellect, courage, and justice. Athena's rivalry with Poseidon over the patronage of Athens is one of the most famous tales in Greek mythology. Apollo, god of the sun and arts. Apollo, the god of the sun, music, prophecy, and healing, was a complex figure who represented both harmony and vengeance. His stories often explore themes of artistry, knowledge, and the consequences of hubris, as seen in his interactions with figures like Cassandra and Marsyas. Artemis, goddess of the hunt. Artemis, Apollo's twin sister, was the goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and the moon. A fierce protector of nature and women, she valued independence and purity. Artemis's myths often involve her swift retribution against those who violated her principles. Aphrodite, goddess of love. Aphrodite, born from the sea foam, personified beauty, love, and desire. Her influence extended beyond romantic love, encompassing the power of attraction and its impact on human relationships. Her affair with Ares and her involvement in the Trojan War illustrate the complexities of love and conflict. Hades, god of the underworld. Hades, the ruler of the underworld, oversaw the realm of the dead and the distribution of justice in the afterlife. Though often associated with darkness and fear, Hades was not inherently evil. He maintained balance and order in a realm that was both feared and revered. The remaining Olympians, Demeter, goddess of agriculture, Hermes, messenger of the gods, Ares, god of war, Hephaestus, god of craftsmanship, and Dionysus, god of wine and revelry, each contributed to the intricate tapestry of Greek mythology, embodying various aspects of human experience. The stories that shaped a civilization. Greek mythology is rich with stories that reveal the complexities of human nature and the moral dilemmas faced by individuals and societies. These myths served as cautionary tales, teaching lessons about hubris, loyalty, courage, and the consequences of one's actions. The Trojan War. The Trojan War, one of the most iconic tales in Greek mythology, was sparked by the abduction of Helen, Queen of Sparta, by Paris, Prince of Troy. This conflict, chronicled in Homer's Iliad, brought together heroes like Achilles, Hector, and Odysseus in a brutal war that lasted a decade. The war's conclusion, marked by the cunning use of the Trojan horse, underscored themes of strategy, sacrifice, and the devastating cost of pride. The labors of Hercules. Hercules, the son of Zeus and a mortal woman, was condemned to perform 12 labors as penance for his sins. These tasks, which included slaying the Nemean lion, capturing the golden hind, and cleaning the Augean stables, tested his strength, resilience, and determination. Hercules' story is a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. The Odyssey. Odysseus' 10-year journey home from the Trojan War, chronicled in Homer's Odyssey, is a tale of perseverance, loyalty, and ingenuity. Along the way, Odysseus encounters challenges such as the Cyclops Polyphemus, the Sirens, and the wrath of Poseidon. His story highlights the importance of resourcefulness and the enduring power of love and family. Introduction: a mythology forged by harsh landscapes. Norse mythology, with its tales of gods, heroes, and cosmic fate, offers a fascinating glimpse into the beliefs of the ancient Scandinavian people. Born from the rugged, unforgiving landscapes of Northern Europe, these myths reflect a world-view shaped by long winters, violent storms, and a fierce appreciation for survival and resilience. Far from idyllic portrayals of divine beings, Norse mythology embraces themes of impermanence, struggle, and the acceptance of destiny. Central to Norse cosmology is Yggdrasil, the World Tree, a vast and mystical ash tree that connects all 9 realms of existence. These realms include Asgard, home of the gods, Midgard, the human world, and Helheim, the realm of the dead. Through the stories of Yggdrasil and its inhabitants, we encounter gods like Odin, Thor, and Loki, whose triumphs and failures illuminate the human condition. In this segment, we'll delve into the creation of the Norse universe, the lives of its gods, and the enduring power of Ragnarok, the apocalyptic event that defines the mythology's cyclical nature. Through it all, Norse myths captivate us with their dark humor, rich symbolism, and profound lessons about life and fate. The creation of the cosmos. Fire and ice collide. The Norse cosmos began in Ginnungagap, a primordial void filled with nothingness. On one side of Ginnungagap lay Niflheim, the realm of ice and cold, while on the other was Muspelheim, the realm of fire. The collision of these two opposing forces brought forth Ymir, the first being a colossal frost giant whose sweat gave birth to other giants. From Ymir's body the gods emerged, most notably Odin and his brothers Vili and Ve. Together they slew Ymir and used his remains to create the world. His flesh became the earth, his blood the seas, his bones the mountains, and his skull the sky. They fashioned Midgard, the human world, as a sanctuary encircled by Ymir's eyebrows, protecting it from the chaotic realms beyond. Odin, seeking wisdom to sustain this new world, sacrificed his eye at the well of Urd to drink its magical waters. This act symbolized the pursuit of knowledge through sacrifice, a recurring theme in Norse mythology. The gods of Asgard, Odin's reign, and Thor's power. The gods of Norse mythology, known as the Aesir, reside in Asgard, a grand celestial realm connected to Midgard by the Rainbow Bridge, Bifrost. Though immensely powerful, they are not immortal. They age and fight, love and grieve, mirroring the complexities of human existence. Odin, the All-Father. Odin, the chief of the Aesir, is a god of wisdom, poetry and war. Renowned for his relentless quest for knowledge, he sacrificed much to acquire wisdom, his eye, and even his life, as he hung himself from Yggdrasil to gain the secrets of runes. Odin's stories highlight themes of sacrifice, leadership, and the inevitability of fate. Thor, the protector. Thor, the thunder god and Odin's son, is a fierce defender of Asgard and humanity. Armed with his mighty hammer, Mjolnir, Thor confronts giants and monsters, embodying courage, loyalty, and brute strength. His tales, such as his battle with the serpent Jörmungandr, reflect the eternal struggle between chaos and order. Loki, the trickster. Loki, the cunning and mischievous trickster god, is a complex figure whose actions often create chaos, but also lead to moments of ingenuity. As a shapeshifter, Loki can assume various forms, deceiving gods and mortals alike. Though he plays a crucial role in shaping events, his betrayal ultimately leads to his downfall. Other gods of Asgard. The Aesir pantheon includes other notable figures such as Freya, the goddess of love and fertility, Balder, the radiant god of light, Heimdall, the vigilant guardian of Bifrost, and Tyr, the god of justice and honor. The Nine Realms, a mythical geography. Norse mythology unfolds across 9 interconnected realms, each with its own distinct inhabitants and characteristics. These realms create a rich and dynamic setting for the myths. 1. Asgard, home of the Aesir gods, ruled by Odin and known for its halls of glory like Valhalla. 2. Midgard, the realm of humans, encircled by the serpent Jörmungandr. 3. Helheim, the realm of the dead, ruled by Hel, Loki's daughter. 4. Jotunheim, the land of giants, often in conflict with the gods. 5. Niflheim, the icy realm of cold and darkness. 6. Muspelheim, the fiery domain of chaos inhabited by fire giants. 7. Vanaheim, home of the Vanir gods, associated with nature and fertility. 8. Alfheim, the realm of light elves. 9. Svartalfheim, the world of dark elves and dwarves known for their craftsmanship. These realms are connected by Yggdrasil, the world tree, which serves as a central axis for the Norse universe. Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. The most famous tale in Norse mythology is Ragnarok, the prophesied end of the world. Unlike other apocalyptic myths, Ragnarok is not seen as an ultimate defeat. It is part of a natural cycle of destruction and rebirth. Ragnarok begins with the breaking of bonds. Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, escapes his chains. Jörmungandr rises from the ocean. and Loki joins forces with the giants to wage war against the gods. The sky turns red, the earth trembles, and chaos reigns as the Aesir face their destiny. The gods fight valiantly. Odin confronts Fenrir, Thor battles Jörmungandr, and Heimdall clashes with Loki. Despite their bravery, most gods perish, and the cosmos collapses in fire and ruin. However, from the ashes of Ragnarok emerges new life. Two human survivors, Lif and Lifthrasir, repopulate Midgard, and the surviving gods rebuild Asgard. This cyclical view of existence reflects the Norse belief in resilience and renewal. Introduction: a civilization built on myth. Egyptian mythology, among the oldest and most enduring traditions in the world, forms the spiritual backbone of a civilization that thrived along the banks of the Nile for thousands of years. Revered for their monumental achievements, the ancient Egyptians were deeply connected to their gods, the cycles of nature, and the mysteries of the afterlife. Their myths intertwined with daily life, governing everything from agriculture to architecture, and they reflected a worldview centered around balance, order, and eternity. Unlike other mythologies that focus on conflict and chaos, Egyptian mythology celebrates the triumph of order over disorder, embodied in the concept of Ma'at. The tales of creation, divine rulers, and cosmic battles reveal a fascination with life, death, and rebirth. In this segment, we will explore the creation myths of Egypt, the pantheon of gods who ruled its universe, and the rituals and beliefs that ensured harmony and immortality for both gods and mortals. The creation of the world, from chaos to order. Egyptian mythology begins in an infinite abyss called Nun, representing primordial chaos before the creation of the world. From this chaos emerged Atum, the first deity, who represents wholeness and self-creation. Atum gave rise to two children, Shu, air, and Tefnut, moisture, who in turn bore Geb, earth, and Nut, sky. Together, these primordial deities establish the physical structure of the cosmos. The separation of Geb and Nut is one of the most iconic moments in Egyptian mythology. Shu, their father, held Nut high above Geb, creating the space where life would flourish. Nut's body became the canopy of the sky, and stars were said to dwell within her. This act symbolized the triumph of order over chaos, as the universe was divided into distinct realms. Egyptian myths often depict creation as cyclical rather than linear. The sun god Ra, a central figure in Egyptian cosmology, is reborn every morning as he journeys across the sky. At night, Ra descends into the underworld to battle Apep, the serpent of chaos, ensuring the continuation of life and cosmic balance. The pantheon of gods, divine forces of nature. The Egyptian pantheon is vast and varied, featuring gods and goddesses who embody natural forces, emotions, and cosmic principles. These deities were not merely abstract concepts. They were deeply personal figures interacting with humans through temples, rituals, and dreams. Ra, the sun god. Ra, the supreme creator and ruler, was the central deity in Egyptian mythology. Representing the sun, Ra governed light, life, and time. His daily journey across the sky symbolizes the cycle of life, while his battle with Apep underscores the eternal struggle between order and chaos. Ra was often depicted as a man with a falcon head, crowned by a solar disk, Osiris, lord of the afterlife. Osiris, the god of resurrection and ruler of the underworld, represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. His story is one of betrayal, sacrifice, and restoration, Osiris was killed by his brother Set, dismembered and resurrected by his wife Isis. Osiris became a symbol of hope and renewal, guiding souls through the afterlife. Isis, the mother goddess. Isis, the goddess of magic, motherhood and healing, was among the most beloved deities in Egyptian mythology. Her devotion to resurrecting Osiris and protecting their son Horus showcases themes of loyalty, family, and perseverance. Isis's magic and wisdom are central to many myths, earning her reverence as a guardian of life. Horus, the sky god. Horus, the falcon-headed god, was the son of Osiris and Isis, destined to avenge his father's death and reclaim the throne. As a protector of kingship and justice, Horus represents divine authority. His epic battle with Set, the god of chaos, symbolizes the triumph of order and legitimacy. Set, the god of chaos. Set, the unpredictable and often malevolent god, embodies chaos, destruction, and disorder. Though seen as a villain in many myths, Set's role is complex. He challenges stability and forces growth through conflict. His battle with Horus highlights the tension between creation and destruction. Anubis, the guardian of the dead. Anubis, the jackal-headed god of embalming and the afterlife, guided souls through their journey to the underworld. He oversaw the weighing of hearts, determining whether the deceased were worthy of entering the eternal realm. Anubis's presence reflects the Egyptians' deep respect for death and its rituals. Other notable deities include Hathor, goddess of love and music, Bastet, goddess of protection and fertility, Thoth, god of wisdom and writing, and Sekhmet, goddess of war and healing. Together, these gods created a rich tapestry of beliefs and traditions. The Book of the Dead, a roadmap to eternity. Central to Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife is the Book of the Dead, a collection of spells, prayers, and instructions designed to guide the deceased through the perilous journey to immortality. This text, often inscribed on papyrus or tomb walls, ensured that individuals could navigate the challenges of the underworld and achieve eternal life. The journey began with a weighing of the heart, a ritual overseen by Anubis, where the heart was measured against the feather of Ma'at, truth and justice. If the heart was lighter than the feather, the soul was granted passage to the afterlife. If heavier, it was devoured by Amit, a fearsome creature with the head of a crocodile and body of a lion. The afterlife, known as the Field of Reeds, was envisioned as a paradise where the deceased could live in harmony, tending fertile fields and reuniting with loved ones. The Book of the Dead reflects the Egyptians' belief in cosmic balance and their meticulous approach to ensuring spiritual success. Monuments to eternity, pyramids and temples. Egyptian mythology is immortalized in the awe-inspiring monuments that dot the Nile Valley. The pyramids, massive tombs built for pharaohs, reflect the Egyptian focus on death, resurrection, and the afterlife. These structures, such as the Great Pyramid of Giza, were designed to ensure the pharaoh's transition to eternity, aligning with celestial forces to symbolize the union of earth and heaven. Temples dedicated to deities, such as Karnak, honoring Amun-Ra, and Abu Simbel, celebrating Ramses II, served as centers of worship and cultural identity. Their intricate carvings, statues, and hieroglyphs depict stories of creation, divine rulership, and cosmic battles, preserving Egyptian mythology for future generations. Introduction. Myths from the land between two rivers. Mesopotamian mythology emerges from one of the earliest civilizations known to humanity, the fertile region between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, modern-day Iraq. Often referred to as the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia is where humanity first built cities, developed writing systems, and began crafting complex societies. Its myths reflect the rich culture and ingenuity of the people who lived in this land, offering tales of creation, heroism, divine judgment, and cosmic struggles. Mesopotamian myths are primarily associated with the Sumerians, Akkadians, Assyrians, and Babylonians, whose gods and stories shaped the foundations of religious thought in the ancient world. From the epic heroism of Gilgamesh to the cosmic battles of Marduk, these myths reveal humanity's quest to understand existence, control nature, and seek immortality. In this segment, we delve into the major themes, gods, and legendary tales of Mesopotamian mythology, exploring their lasting influence on the world. The creation of the world. Order from chaos. The Mesopotamian creation myth begins with primordial chaos, a boundless sea called Abzu, and a cosmic void named Tiamat. These two entities represent the first male and female principles, embodying water and chaos respectively. Together, they generated the early gods, but their peace was short-lived as the younger gods rose in rebellion against their creators. Among these rebellious gods emerged Ea, or Enki, the god of wisdom and water. Ea slayed Abzu, creating order by using his body to form the foundations of the universe. Enraged by Abzu's death, Tiamat birthed monstrous beings to challenge the gods and restore chaos. This culminated in a cosmic battle between Tiamat and Marduk, the storm god and patron of Babylon. Marduk, armed with divine weapons, slew Tiamat and used her remains to create the world. He divided her body into halves. One became the earth, the other the heavens. Marduk's victory established him as the supreme deity and symbolized the triumph of order over chaos, a recurring theme in Mesopotamian mythology. The gods of Mesopotamia, guardians of civilization. The pantheon of Mesopotamian gods, known as the Anunnaki, governed every aspect of life, from nature and agriculture to justice and war. These gods were deeply intertwined with the people's daily lives, reflecting the challenges and aspirations of a society striving to control the unpredictable forces of the natural world. Anu, the sky god. Anu, the supreme sky god, ruled as the father of the gods and represented authority, kingship, and cosmic order. Though often distant and abstract, Anu's presence underscored the hierarchical structure of the divine realm. Enlil, god of storms. Enlil, the god of storms and air, played a vital role in governing natural forces. He was both a creator and destroyer, capable of bringing life through rain or devastation through tempests. Enlil's myths often emphasize themes of power, responsibility, and divine judgment. Ea, Enki, god of wisdom. Ea, the god of wisdom, magic, and water, was a benevolent figure who guided humans and gods alike. Known for his intelligence and resourcefulness, Ea helped shape humanity by teaching them agriculture, writing, and building. Ishtar, Inanna, goddess of love and war. Ishtar, also known as Inanna, embodied the duality of love and war, beauty and vengeance. Her vibrant and volatile personality makes her one of the most fascinating figures in Mesopotamian mythology. Ishtar's descent into the underworld is one of the culture's most compelling myths. Marduk, champion of Babylon. Marduk, the storm god, rose to prominence as the patron deity of Babylon. His defeat of Tiamat established him as a symbol of order and civilization, mirroring Babylon's aspirations to unify and control the region. Nergal, god of the underworld. Nergal, the god of death and the underworld, ruled over the realm of the dead with unyielding authority. His dark and fearsome presence reflected Mesopotamian beliefs about mortality and the afterlife. Other notable deities include Shamash, god of the sun and justice, Nana, god of the moon, and Ereshkigal, queen of the underworld. Together, these gods shaped the Mesopotamian worldview, emphasizing the balance between chaos and order. The Epic of Gilgamesh, humanity's first hero. One of the most famous tales in Mesopotamian mythology is the Epic of Gilgamesh, widely regarded as the world's first recorded epic poem. This story chronicles the adventures of Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk, who seeks immortality and wisdom. Gilgamesh and Enkidu Gilgamesh begins his journey as a tyrannical ruler, feared by his people for his arrogance and excesses. The gods create Enkidu, a wild man who becomes Gilgamesh's equal and friend, to challenge his authority. Together they embark on heroic quests, slaying monsters like the demon Humbaba and the Bull of Heaven. The quest for immortality. Following Enkidu's death, Gilgamesh is overcome by grief and a fear of mortality. He seeks the secret of eternal life from Utnapishtim, a sage who survived a great flood sent by the gods. Utnapishtim tells Gilgamesh that immortality is reserved for the divine, but he offers wisdom. Humans can achieve a form of eternity through legacy and remembrance. The Epic of Gilgamesh explores timeless themes such as friendship, loss, and the search for meaning. Its influence can be seen in later mythologies and literary traditions, making it a cornerstone of world culture. Ishtar's descent, the cycle of life and death. One of the most intriguing myths in Mesopotamian mythology is Ishtar's descent into the underworld. Driven by ambition and curiosity, Ishtar ventures into the realm of her sister, Ereshkigal, the queen of the dead. She passes through 7 gates, shedding her garments and power at each one, until she is left vulnerable in the underworld. Ishtar's imprisonment disrupts the balance of life as love and fertility vanish from the world. The gods intervene, sending Ea to rescue her and restore order. Ishtar's return symbolizes the cyclical nature of life and death, mirroring the agricultural rhythms of Mesopotamia's fertile lands. The flood myth, echoes of Genesis. Mesopotamian mythology includes a flood story that closely parallels the biblical tale of Noah. In the Epic of Atrahasis and the Epic of Gilgamesh, the gods decide to destroy humanity with a great flood due to their disobedience and noise. Atrahasis, or Utnapishtim in Gilgamesh's version, is chosen to build a boat and preserve life. This flood myth highlights themes of divine judgment, survival, and renewal. Its similarities to other flood narratives suggest a shared cultural heritage among ancient civilizations. Mystical legends from the Emerald Isles. Celtic mythology, rooted in the rich landscapes of Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and other parts of ancient Europe, offers an enchanting glimpse into a world where nature, spirits, and gods intertwine seamlessly. Known for its intricate storytelling and poetic elegance, Celtic myths emphasize the spiritual connection between humans and their environment. These tales are filled with powerful deities, heroic warriors, magical beings, and otherworldly realms that embody the vitality and mystery of the natural world. Unlike mythologies that revolve around hierarchical pantheons or apocalyptic events, Celtic myths are deeply rooted in cycles, the changing of seasons, the flow of rivers, and the passage between life and death. The Celts revered the earth, the sky, and the water, considering them sacred entities infused with divine presence. These stories reflect the culture's reverence for balance, transformation, and the unseen forces that guide existence. In this segment, we explore the creation myths, divine figures, and legendary heroes of Celtic mythology, highlighting their enduring lessons and influence on modern culture. The Celtic cosmos, a world of natural balance. Central to Celtic mythology is the belief that the cosmos exists in a state of interconnected harmony. The Celts viewed the world as composed of three realms: land, sea, and sky. These realms were not separate but interwoven, forming a holistic system governed by natural laws and spiritual forces. The Celtic understanding of time was cyclical rather than linear. Seasons, harvests, and life itself were seen as part of an eternal rhythm that echoed the movements of the sun and moon. The Wheel of the Year, a sacred calendar marking festivals like Beltane, spring, and Samhain, autumn, celebrated these cycles and ensured humanity's alignment with the natural world. The Celts also believed in thin places, where the veil between the physical world and the spiritual realm was especially delicate. These sites, sacred groves, hills, and bodies of water, were considered gateways to the other world, the realm of gods and spirits. The gods of Celtic mythology, forces of nature and spirit. The Celtic pantheon is vast and fluid, with gods and goddesses whose powers are intricately tied to nature, warfare, love, and magic. Unlike centralized pantheons, Celtic deities vary across regions, reflecting the diversity and adaptability of the culture. Dagda, the good god Dagda, the chief of the Celtic gods, is a figure of immense power and wisdom. Known as the good god for his all-encompassing abilities, Dagda governs life, death, and fertility. He wields a magical cauldron that never runs empty, a harp that controls the seasons, and a club that can both kill and restore life. Brigid, goddess of poetry and healing. Brigid, one of the most revered Celtic deities, embodies the qualities of poetry, healing, and smithcraft. Associated with fire and inspiration, she is a source of creativity and renewal. Her festival, Imbolc, marks the beginning of spring and honours her role as a bringer of light and warmth. Morrigan, the Phantom Queen. Morrigan, a goddess of war and prophecy, represents both destruction and transformation. Often depicted as a shapeshifter who takes the form of a crow or raven, Morrigan embodies the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Her myths explore themes of fate, courage, and the inevitability of change. Lugh, the Shining One. Lugh, a hero and warrior, is known for his extraordinary skills as a craftsman, musician, and strategist. His versatility and brilliance earned him the title of Samildanacht, Master of All Arts. Lugh's leadership in the Battle of Magtuaird solidified his place as a champion of Celtic mythology. Cernunnos, Lord of the Wild. Cernunnos, the horned god, symbolizes the untamed forces of nature and fertility. Depicted with antlers and often surrounded by animals, Cernunnos is a guardian of forests, beasts, and the cycles of life. He represents the connection between humanity and the wilderness. Other notable deities include Epona, goddess of horses, Manannan mac Lir, god of the sea, and Arawn, lord of the otherworld. Legendary heroes, courage and honour. Celtic mythology is brimming with tales of heroic warriors whose deeds embody bravery, loyalty, and the pursuit of justice. These heroes are not just mortal champions, they are often guided by divine forces and possess supernatural abilities. Cuchulainn, the Hound of Ulster. Cuchulainn, one of the most famous figures in Irish mythology, is a warrior of unmatched skill and ferocity. Born as Setanta, he earned the name Cuchulainn, Hound of Ulster, after slaying the watchdog of the king and offering to take its place. His feats during the epic conflict of the Tyne Bo Cuailnge, the cattle raid of Cooley, demonstrate his courage, loyalty, and tragic determination. Fionn mac Cumhail, leader of the Fianna. Fionn mac Cumhail, the leader of a band of warriors called the Fianna, is a hero of wisdom, strength, and compassion. Fionn's adventures, including his discovery of the Salmon of Knowledge, highlight themes of leadership and intuition. Queen Medb, the warrior. Queen Medb, a powerful and ambitious queen, plays a central role in the Tyne Bo Cuailnge. Her quest to capture the prized Bull of Ulster reveals her determination and strategic brilliance. Medb's character challenges traditional gender roles and demonstrates the complexity of leadership. The Otherworld, a realm beyond time. The Otherworld, central to Celtic mythology, is a magical realm inhabited by gods, spirits, and the souls of the dead. Unlike the concept of an underworld, the Otherworld is often portrayed as a paradise, filled with beauty, abundance, and eternal youth. Access to the Otherworld could be gained through thin places or during specific times of the year, such as Samhain. Heroes and mortals who entered the Otherworld often returned with wisdom, treasures, or new perspectives. The Otherworld reflects the Celts' cyclical view of life and their belief in the interconnectedness of existence. Mythic cycles and sacred texts. Celtic mythology is preserved in texts like the Lebor Gabála Érenn, the Book of Invasions, which recounts the mythological history of Ireland, and the Mabinogion, a collection of Welsh tales that include stories of gods, heroes, and magical creatures. These texts offer invaluable insights into the culture's values and worldview. The mythic cycles of Celtic storytelling include the Ulster cycle, focused on Cuchulainn, the mythological cycle, centered on the gods and creation, and the Fenian cycle, highlighting Fionn mac Cumhail and the Fianna. These cycles blend history, fantasy, and spiritual lessons, creating a rich tapestry of myth. Myths from the Arctic Circle. Inuit mythology, born from the icy landscapes of the Arctic, offers a deeply spiritual perspective on survival, resilience, and the natural world. Shaped by the harsh conditions of the North, these myths reflect the Inuit people's profound connection to the environment and their reliance on the sea, ice, and sky. Unlike expansive pantheons, Inuit mythology focuses on spirits, animals, and shamans who guide and protect the living. Inuit myths emphasize harmony with nature and the importance of community. The stories of Sedna, the sea goddess, and the spirits who govern the land and animals highlight the sacredness of survival and the balance between humanity and the Arctic's unforgiving elements. In this segment, we explore the creation myths, spirits, and lessons of Inuit mythology. The creation of the world, Sedna, and the ocean. Inuit creation myths often center on Sedna, the goddess of the sea and marine life. Her story begins with betrayal. Sedna is cast into the ocean by her father, who cuts off her fingers as she clings to his boat. Her severed fingers transform into seals, whales, and other sea creatures, making Sedna the ruler of the ocean's bounty. Sedna's myth emphasizes the importance of respect for the sea and its creatures. Inuit shamans often seek her favor through rituals, ensuring balance and harmony between humans and the marine world. The spirits of Inuit mythology. Inuit mythology revolves around spirits who inhabit the land, sea, and sky. These beings are neither entirely benevolent nor malevolent. They reflect the Arctic's duality as a source of both life and danger. Sedna, goddess of the sea. Sedna, as the provider of marine life, is both revered and feared. Her favor ensures survival, while her wrath brings scarcity. Her story highlights themes of resilience and the sacredness of life. Nanook, spirit of the polar bear. Nanook, the polar bear spirit, governs hunting and survival. Inuit hunters often pay respects to Nanook, acknowledging the bear's role in sustaining life. Silap Inua, spirit of the weather. Silap Inua, the spirit of the air and weather, embodies the Arctic's unpredictability. Representing balance and transformation, Silap Inua reflects the interconnectedness of existence. Legendary shamans, bridging worlds. Shamans play a vital role in Inuit mythology, serving as mediators between humans and spirits. Through rituals, chants, and trances, shamans seek guidance, healing, and balance in the Arctic's challenging environment. Ending, reflections on mythology. Our stories, our legacy, the universal power of myth. Throughout this series, we have journeyed through the vast landscapes of mythology, exploring the divine realms of gods, the triumphs of legendary heroes, and the eternal wisdom of spirits. From the towering peaks of Mount Olympus to the icy expanses of Inuit mythology, from the sunlit islands of Polynesia to the vibrant rhythms of Africa, myths have illuminated the diversity and unity of human imagination. These stories are more than folklore. They are mirrors reflecting the truths, values, and dreams of the cultures that created them. Myths reveal humanity's desire to understand its place in the universe, to connect with forces greater than ourselves, and to find meaning in the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. They remind us that, despite our differences, we share universal struggles, hopes, and the eternal quest for purpose. As we conclude this exploration, we reflect on the timeless lessons of mythology, its enduring influence, and its relevance in shaping our present and future. Myths as universal truths. At their core, myths transcend boundaries of geography and time. They capture universal themes that resonate with all people: creation, heroism, love, betrayal, resilience, and transformation. Whether it is the Norse acceptance of fate through Ragnarok, the Polynesian reverence for nature's cycles, or the African celebration of community and ancestors, myths offer wisdom that continues to guide humanity. The common threads between mythologies reveal our shared humanity. The creation of life from chaos appears in Greek, Egyptian, and Mesopotamian myths, while the cyclical nature of existence is celebrated in Hindu, Celtic, and Inuit traditions. Heroes like Hercules, Maui, and Cuchulainn embody courage, determination, and sacrifice, inspiring us to confront our own challenges with bravery. The role of nature in mythology. One recurring theme across global mythologies is humanity's profound connection to nature. Ancient cultures revered the earth, sky, water, and fire, recognizing their essential roles in sustaining life. Gods and spirits often embody these elements, reminding us of the need for balance and respect. In Polynesian mythology, the ocean is both a source of life and a realm of mystery. African myths celebrate the nurturing power of the earth goddess Allah, while Slavic mythology reveres Leshy, the guardian of forests. These stories teach us to cherish and protect the natural world, a lesson that is increasingly important in the face of modern environmental challenges. Myths as cultural identity. Mythology is deeply tied to cultural identity, preserving the history and values of communities. Through stories, cultures pass down their wisdom, shaping the beliefs and practices of future generations. Egyptian myths, for example, emphasize the importance of balance and cosmic harmony, which influence their architectural and spiritual traditions. Japanese mythology celebrates the sacredness of rituals, reflected in the reverence for shrines and seasonal festivals. For colonized and marginalized cultures, mythology serves as a powerful tool for reclaiming and preserving heritage. The tales of African gods like Nyame and Anansi have been revitalized through art, literature, and music, offering cultural pride and connection. Similarly, the resurgence of Celtic and Polynesian traditions ensures the preservation of ancestral wisdom. The evolution of mythology in modern times. Mythology has not disappeared in the modern era, it has evolved. In literature, film, and art, myths continue to inspire creativity. From the epic novels of Tolkien to the cinematic universes of Marvel and Disney, mythological themes are woven into contemporary storytelling, resonating with audiences across the globe. Modern myths also emerge from societal challenges and technological advances. Stories of artificial intelligence, space exploration, and climate change reflect humanity's ongoing quest for understanding and adaptation. These myths mirror ancient narratives, emphasizing our resilience and ingenuity in the face of uncertainty. Why we need myths today. In an increasingly interconnected and fast-paced world, myths offer a grounding force. They provide meaning in chaos, guiding us through personal and collective struggles. Myths remind us of the values that unite us: compassion, bravery, integrity, and perseverance. Amid global challenges like environmental degradation, social inequality, and political division, myths inspire hope and action. The resilience of Maui in Polynesian tales, the wisdom of Odin in Norse myths, and the courage of Sedna in Inuit stories remind us of humanity's potential to overcome adversity. The future of mythology, stories yet to be told. As humanity continues to evolve, so will its myths. New stories will emerge, shaped by the challenges, discoveries, and aspirations of future generations. These myths will reflect the balance between tradition and innovation, preserving ancient wisdom while embracing change. The digital age offers unprecedented opportunities for sharing and creating myths. Virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and global communication enable storytelling across cultures, fostering mutual understanding and collaboration. Imagine myths that merge traditions from Africa, Asia, and the Americas, creating a universal tapestry of human creativity.